Yeah, so every year over 1,000 people are murdered in Jamaica. The trend doesn't seem to be abating at all. However, Bishop Dr. Everton Thomas, pastor of Emmanuel Apostolic Church, believes forgiveness is the answer. Forgiveness is the answer. Joins us now to talk some more about it. That's your song we came in with, Bishop?
That's my song.
Is that you singing there?
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Good to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I hear somebody saying, "What to the Bishop, your man? Forgiveness can't stop murder. Forgiveness can't stop crime." Real terms. What do you mean? How do you see that working?
When we forgive, we heal. When we let go, we grow. And it's amazing that many of the youngsters who are perpetrating reprisal killings today in our communities, they don't even have a clue as to what was the original incident that created the hate. They just grew up in it and they just killed. Now, if we could teach more people to forgive and let go, we would have less reprisal killings. We would have less partner-on-partner crimes, less domestic violence, because forgiveness is a choice. A lot of people don't realize that. And unforgiveness is like acid. It does more harm to the container in which it is stored than the object on which it is poured.
In the same way that forgiveness is not for the other person, it is for you.
It's for you, absolutely.
I think part of why, what is forgiveness? Because I think a lot of people don't understand it, which is why we don't choose to embrace it. Some people will say, all right, I forgive you, but they never do in real terms. What is forgiveness?
Forgiveness is a complicated grace.
I felt that.
That uncomplicates my anger and helps me to see beautiful again.
Break that down for me. It's a complicated grace.
It's not easy.
Yes.
It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things. And by the way, that's a quote I got from a book entitled, "Forgiving the Things You Can't Forget." And so forgiveness doesn't come naturally nor easily. It is a choice because, those pains that you experience, the hurt that you felt when whatever the egregious act was, sometimes it lives with you forever. But what I tell people, some people say, I forgive, but I don't forget. Well, I don't even remember which side of my forehead now, but when I was at Calabar, I was in a fight. I hit a guy with a stone and he hit me back. Blood. I think it's on this side. There's a scar there now. If you look good, you'll see it. But I don't feel the pain anymore. I didn't even remember it until I raised it. So you will remember the events. You will know. It's not like you can scrub it and delete it from your hard drive. You will remember what happened. But if you cannot see the person and not feel a lump in your throat, and you don't have to switch sides to pass them, you really haven't forgiven. You have to forgive and forget. And the forget there means forget the pain.
Not the incident.
Not the incident.
Just the pain. Because you can't, it's natural to remember the
It's got
incident.
to be natural.
But forget the pain.
But they say bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So we really believe, and we launched this tour. We brought a gentleman by the name of Billy Moore from the States, Georgia, who in 1974, an Army private, came back from a tour of duty in Germany. When he got home, to his dismay, his wife was strung out on drugs, and to make matters worse, she was in a relationship with a drug dealer. Billy took his young 3-year-old son, moved into a trailer, but the checks were coming in her name because he was away. The Army said it's going to take 90 days for us to revert the check to your name. He was out of money, a 3-year-old son living in a trailer. He didn't know what to do, but a friend of his told him of a man in town that always had $30,000 on him. So yes, you guessed it right. He broke into the house in the dark of night, and while he's fumbling around in the dark, the man comes down and fires a shot at him. It missed him, just grazed past his leg. But he had a pistol and he pulled it and fired back in the direction of where he heard the shot coming from. He killed Mr. Stapleton. The judge says, we understand your plight, 3-year-old son, wife, we understand all that, but you killed a man. Billy Moore spent 16 and a half years on death row. And every time he was to go to the electric chair, there were appeals and all kinds of things that took place. Listen to this. He got saved while he was in prison, baptized and everything. And he said the Lord told him to write a letter to the family of the man he killed and apologize and ask them to forgive him. To my surprise and to his surprise,
they did.
The family wrote back and said, well, we're Christian people. We forgive you. And until this day, that's from 1974, they still have a good, cordial relationship. But listen to the clincher. 6.5 hours before he was to hit the electric chair, the wife and the daughter of the man he killed, along with 30 other persons, approached the court and the judge and said, listen, we have lost one family member in this situation already. We cannot afford to lose another. Billy is our brother. You can't kill him. His death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. He should have spent 25 years in prison. Within 11 months, he was freed. He was in Jamaica last month. We had him at the Pegasus. We had him at churches and schools in Savlamar, prisons, St. Catherine Prison, the South Camp Road Prison. We took him all over the place. And you know what stands out best in my mind? The students at the Little London School, when they were told that, well, Billy will be leaving the island, but the Jamaican said, we will come back to share it. They said, no, bring him back, bring him back. This is a man who starts his presentation by saying, I killed a man. But, you know, he goes on to. Now, our movement, the power of forgiveness, we are seeking to equip Jamaicans with the skills of restorative justice. You know, there was a MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, signed between the umbrella groups of churches and the Ministry of Justice with their restorative justice unit. And that is for training of Jamaicans in restorative justice.
Is that going on? No?
Yeah, that was signed in 2021, I think.
And then the church and state was the mix, but this is great. How is it going?
Well, we had an update at when we had the meeting at the Pegasus on the 26th of October. We invited the Minister Delroy Chuck. He couldn't make it, but he sent a representative, and it's picking up. It's picking up. I have been invited to training sessions, and our members have been invited. But the power of forgiveness, which is what we have launched, will seek to promote that and to get as many persons as possible taking up this training, so we can learn to settle disputes without turning to violence. You know, that's the first thing that comes to mind when you have a dispute. Let's get violent. Let's hit somebody. Let's shoot somebody. Let's kill somebody. And so we want to turn that around.
Before we go, for people who are watching, Bishop, and they want to be a part of this movement or to benefit from what you have to share in communities, schools, how do they become a part of it? Well,
stay tuned, because we will be launching a Let It Go initiative. And, you know, I was invited to sing the song at the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange pre-launch of the telethon coming up December 15th to the 17th. And I said, wow, the stock exchange, a place where stocks and bonds, securities and commodities are traded. I have started the process of registering a company by the name of the Love Exchange. And our stocks and bonds will be love, peace,
and hope,
joy, forgiveness. So people will be able to, you know, get involved through the Love Exchange as we promote this message of forgiveness.
It's important.
Nicey?
Yeah. Always great being in his presence.
Nice.
Thank you very much,
Great
Bishop,
to be here.
for being with us this
Thank
morning.
you so much. Thank you.
Bishop Dr. Everton Thomas, pastor of Emmanuel Apostolic Church. It's a choice, and one that we all must make. Yeah.
After the break, we told you about forgiveness and why you should do that. After the break, we're telling you why you should eat more pork.